Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for some more MRC action. We're with the GTTCC. This is season 14, Elite 1, and we're at round 3, race 1 in the group for Aston Martin. Now we've had a few changes, a few movements in the tiers, so a few new faces on the grid today. So we'll head on down to the grid and we'll see who's there and where they line up, ready for lights out. On pole, we've got Mental Mike. He is on softs all round. He's one of the new transfers in. Good to see how he goes today. Very lovely looking Red Bull livery. In second, we've got Vishu. He's racing softs on the front, racing super softs on the rear. Another one of our new drivers in, driving for the PlayStation team. In third, we got Ghost Realm. He's running racing softs on the front and racing super softs on the rear. I had a decent race out in the Aston Martins last time out. Struggled a little bit at Goodwood in the McLaren, but we'll be looking for a decent result here today. A little bit of a mix-up, a change-up, sorry, of his standard monster livery. Got a little bit of a limited edition Hydra one. We'll see if that does him any favours today. In fourth, we've got Diablo. He's running racing super softs. Not a bad meeting in round 2. Had some decent results and some hard racing. Just looking to carry it on today here at Sardana. In fifth, we've got Terrence, racing softs on the front, racing super softs on the rear. Decent result last time made in both races. Race 2 managed to get up to second. So we'll be looking maybe, like I said at the end of the last commentary, go one further. So it has to be the win today, Terrence. We'll see how you get on. In sixth, we've got Wallman. He's running super softs. Another new driver added to the tier from last week. In a bit of a promotion reshuffle. He's driving for the Michelin team. In seventh, we've got CJW Racing. He's running racing softs on the front, racing super softs on the rear. Another promoted driver into this tier. He is running for the PlayStation team. In eighth, we've got Infinity Decals, running racing softs on the front, racing super softs on the rear. Another new driver up into Elite 1 and is also driving for the Samsung team. In ninth, we've got Surfer Ev, racing softs on the front, super softs on the rear. Another driver to be added into Elite 1, driving for QuickFit. In 10th, we've got a P1 Valium, who's running racing softs on the front, racing super softs on the rear. Another one to have a sort of mixed bag last time out, but we'll be looking to try and get a strong result today. We're starting down at 10th, has got a lot of work to do to get through the pack. In 11th, we've got a Ginger Imposter, racing softs on the front, racing super softs on the rear. Had a decent enough round 1, race 1, sorry, last time out, but looked like some technical issues in race 2. Forced him to miss the end of the race, so he'll be looking for a double finish today after the disappointment of the DNF in race 2. In 12th, we've got Mud36, racing softs on the front, racing super softs on the rear. Will be full of confidence today after taking the win at Goodwood in the Chevrolet. So we'll see if he can capitalise on that, but qualifying down 12th today, he's going to struggle to get towards the front. He's going to have to fight for every place. In 13th, we got P1 Apache. He's got racing softs on the front, super softs on the rear. Down in 13th today, he's a guy who's had some pretty good results as of late, but the influx of new drivers seem to have shuffled a few of our more established Elite 1 guys from the start of the season down the order, so they're going to be looking to push their way back up through the race. In 14th, we've got Street Boy. He's running the super softs all round. He's had some good moments in the races, some decent starts, but just one thing or another just seems to have a little off here or there, which causes him to fall back down the grid. So a bit more consistency is probably what he's looking for today. We'll see if he can get it here at Sardana. And last but not least, in 15th, we got Has91 running racing softs He's had some decent results, was leading and up around the front in Goodwood, but a couple of offs, just seen him fall further and further down the order and thought he was near the back, unfortunately. So he'll be starting from the back today, maybe try and work his way through and have a limited amount of incidents. Right, so that's the grid, the reshuffled, reformed grid. 15 lined up, ready to go for round 3, race 1. Let's head down the front and join them for the lights out. So we join the front of the grid now, just waiting for the lights to go out as the revs build for round 3, race 1 from Sardinia. Everyone seems to get a decent start away, and these cars are very easy to get off the line. No great drama from them, no wheel spin. So coming up 2 by 2 down towards turn 1. Hopefully everyone picks their breaking point as Show just sweeps across the front of Mike into the lead of the race. Great maneuver there, great late braking. Just sweeps across and takes the lead. Goes from still in third as we see Walmart taking a dive down on Terence. Terence loses 2 spots. CGW Racing has cut inside as well. That's dropped Terence down to 6th in 1 corner. Diablo's down in 7th, been followed by Infinity Decals and Surfer Edge with Valium just behind him and Ginger Imposter. Mud 36 is in 12th, Street Boy 13th has 91 in 14th. Apache has fallen down to 15th. We start coming up the hill and we have Show in the lead. You got Metal Mike being challenged by Ghost Realm. Ghost Realm just getting the nose in front around the outside. Can he continue all the way around? He does. What a move by Ghost Realm right around the outside. And takes commitment there and judgment and respect for both drivers for that move to pull off as they go through. Just see Metal Mike getting the last corner all wrong there, cutting across the grass. See if he gets a penalty for that. He does. He picks up a half-second penalty. So at the moment, Ghost Realm is safe from Metal Mike. Ghost Realm not bothered and chase Show's slipstream, just staying down. Mike will probably lose all the penalty now through this braking area. It looks like he has. Terence is now back up the 4th, so he's got his way back past Walman and CJW as we've been looking at other stuff on the opening lap. Oof. These boys are definitely on a march early on. Surfer Evans in 7 with Diablo right behind him. Then you got Ginger Imposter and Infinity Decal swapping places left, right and centre as they're both looking to make a march on this field. Ginger Imposter just sticks to the inside and closes out the move. Infinity Decals was a little bit wide there. You sort of get away with it down the hill, but it can be dangerous, can spit you off the other side. You see the leading group now pulling away. Show is keeping it very clean. Ghost Realm just holding on to 2nd and breaking away from Metal Mike. It's been a position a lap for Metal Mike to lose so far. Excuse me. And you got Terence still being hounded by Walmart in 5th. He is literally, those cars are connected. There's a little bit of maybe bump drafting going on there. 2 cars go faster than 1. And you see Walmart pulls out now as they head into turn 1. CJW is closed up in the break-in into turn 1. He's looking to get involved in this little party. Just lines up a move on Walmart, but Walmart moves across and closes it off. Meanwhile, Surfer Ev is slowly creeping up behind him. As CJW looks to the inside, heading down the hill. He gets the move done. Nice overtake there by CJW. Walmart now looking to fight back, but he's going to be on the outside heading to this right hand of the hill. As while we were looking at that, CJW does a perfect move on Terence. Now they're going too wide. 2 by 2 up the hill into the left-hander. Everyone makes it through unscathed. Terence is now attached to the back of CJW Racing's car. Just backs off a little bit as they head down to the final corner. You don't want to be in somebody's wash there and lose front end. They all make it through. As we complete lap 3, we'll take a run through the field quickly while everyone's still in place. Fisho is in first from Ghost Realm. Metal Mike has dropped down to third on the opening laps from first. We've got CJW Racing in fourth. We've got Terrence in fifth. Walmid is in sixth. Surfer Ev 7th. Diablo is in 8th. Infinity Decals 9th. Ginger Imposter is 10th. Mud 36 is in 12th. P1 Valium's in 11th. Sorry, they swap positions as I switched to them. P1 Apache is in 13th. Has 91 14th. Street Boy is in 15th. And breathe. Some great battles so far early on in this race. We're only 4 laps in, 5 minutes through the time, and we are nose to tail with most cars at the moment. This leading pack has settled down. They're not fighting too much at the moment. They're just, I think, trying to break away, which is a sensible thing. Get away from this huge battling pack behind. The less these fight, the further they get away at the front. Oh, excuse me, but as you got to see this pack here, you got from 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, all on the same stretch tarmac. Such tight racing. See on the leaderboard there, Metal Mike has got past Ghost Realm on the start finish straight. And we've got CGW just holding off Terrence. Now these two have settled down to a little bit of a pace now. They seem to be breaking away slightly from this pack led by Surfer Ev. That's what they want to be focusing on. Everyone just tries to battle for every position sometimes, especially in the daily races. Every position has to be fought for at every point. But sometimes you're much better off just following the car. As long as they're not holding you up, follow the car and break away from the pack. Give yourself a little bit of leeway. As Infinity Decals have jumped up to 6th. Diablo is just ahead of Surfer Ev in 7th. Surfer Ev's just lost 2 places. Excuse me, down at the right-hander coming up the hill. Ginger Imposter is holding off Valium and Mud 36. Now Infinity Decals is trying to set after CJW and Terrence ahead. As we see Surfer Ev making a move on Diablo into turn 1. Just slots his ass down the inside. A lovely clean move there from Surfer Ev. You see Infinity Decals just running a little bit wide there. Hop on board with Terrence as he's looking at CJW Race's car ahead. Terrence gets a slightly better launch at the corner there than CJW. Ooh, he's got the run on him here. Will he take a look on the inside? CJW closes it off. He's going to have to try and look around the inside or go for a switchback. He's looking for the switchback move, trying to get up the outside before he can close it off. He does. Will he be able to hold it around the outside? No, he's going to try a switchback maneuver again. This time CJW is a little bit more wise to it and closes it off. Terrence has to concede and stay behind. This is the worst corner of the track, the last corner. It's so easy to get it wrong. And Terrence has got a good run on CJW again. CJW's come to the left hand side of the track to show he's got defensive very early. He has no choice really with how close Terrence is. As we come up to the braking point, CJW just going to stick to the apex, let the car come out to the side, out to the right hand side of the track, and just close off the door from Terrence. Great defensive driving there from Terence and from CJW, sorry, and very smart driving from Terence trying to force a move that wasn't gonna happen. Great racing between these two so far. Metal Mike has dropped behind Ghost Realm again. I think they're just gonna keep swapping places on the start finish straight. All the while, this is allowing for you show just to keep that gap. So if Ghost Realm and Metal Mike work together here a little bit, they could close the gap on V-Show, but at the moment they're just gonna let V-Show keep that gap over them. And I'm sorry if I butcher anyone's name or call your names that you don't really like. It's the first time we commentating on a lot of these guys. So we're at the 10-minute mark. We'll take another run through the field. V-Show is still in first, Ghost Ram in second, being hunted down by Mental Mike in third. Infinity Decals jumping in the pits at the 10-minute mark. Could be looking for a two-stopper there from Infinity Decals. We got MRC CJW Racing in fourth. We have Terence in fifth. Diablo in sixth. Ginger Pasta seventh. P1 Valium eighth. Mud 36 in 9th, Surfer Ev in 10th, he's dropped down a bit. We've got P1 Apache in 11th, Has 91 in 12th, got his obligatory wipers on. Street Boy in 13th, Warmid down in 14th, and Infinity Decals in 15th after stopping. He's gone on to the super soft, so possibly a two-stop coming on from Infinity Decals. Is probably going to be the only one running that strategy. Well, he will be the only one running that strategy. Nobody else has stopped. See how that works out for him. Oh, we got somebody off there. Who is it? Diablo. Let's take a look back and see. He manages just to stay out the way of everyone as he rejoins. Oh, he jumped on board with Diablo now as he's coming down the hill. Oh, it's close to the back. Goes down the hill. Down towards this tight right-hander. Could be quite aggressive throwing the car in here. Not that aggressive, he gets out. Oh, nearly takes out Ginger Pasta. He's just a little bit too fast out into the gravel and spits him across the track. Unlucky there, Diablo. This one of the lucky ones here. We have Ginger Pasta who just managed to miss Diablo come across the track. Got Valiant and Has 91 both coming in now. That promotes Street Boy, Warmid and Infinity Decals. They may be going on a two-stop as well because they've come in 12 minutes. It's a little bit too early for a one-stop. Depends on what they come back out on. Racing soft and racing soft. They could be going to the end, but... Oh, excuse me. They could be going to the end, but they really could be on the faster tyre, but they're going to try and force this one out. We've got Apache UK seem to be in the pit for a long time there, but he's back out on softs a long way off the back now. That is going to hurt him. V-Show still breaking away at the front. The Ghost Ram seems to have gapped Mental Mike now for then meanwhile he's breaking away slightly. As you see the front right starting to get a bit of pain on these Astons. So they still like to turn even though they've got quite a bit off, so you can push them quite hard, but when they drop off, they drop off. It just suddenly stops wanting to turn and you lose a chunk of time out of nowhere. You can have one lap, it's fine, and the very next lap it's horrendous. See Terence lining up a move on CJW. Can he make it around the outside? He's going to be on the inside for the next corner, just keeping it off the gravel. Oh, he was on that. I think it was that touch on the gravel really caused that. He was a little bit slower, a little bit tighter, and then just hooks the wheel over the curb. They're quite chunky curbs down there at turn 2. And just pulled the Aston round. Unlucky there for Terence. That looked like a very nice move that was being shaped up. We're coming up to 14 minutes. We'll probably see an influx of cars very shortly, either this lap or the following. It depends on how people react to the people stopping on this lap, or try and squeeze one more out to do the overcut. V-Show is going to head in. Ghost Realm's going to follow him. Metal Mike's keeping on. Excuse me. Metal Mike's going to try and go for the overcut. CJW is in. Terrence is staying in. He's also going to try and do the overcut maybe on CJW. Ginger Poster is in. Surfer Ev's carrying on. Diablo's carrying on. He's excuse me, also picked up a half-second penalty probably through the final corner. Of course, Infinity Decals is continuing because he stopped a lot earlier than most of these guys, as he just lines up and moves to the inside of CJW, having the racing speed down to turn 1. So Vadium's been in, Ginger Poster's been in, Has 91 has also been in, Mud has been in, Walmart has also been in, and so has Street Boy. So there's only a couple at the front that have kept going. Let's see how this works out from will the overcut work? Will they be able to punch in a quick enough lap time? He's got quite a gap, so it's possible. Oh, actually, there's V-Show there. Sorry, I was looking completely wrong on the map. She's definitely not jumping V-Show. Ghost Realm is now fighting his nemesis from the last couple of rounds there, Terrence. But he should get ahead of Metal Mike again. Metal Mike actually might lose a place in Terrence here. Oh, Terrence actually has to stop, sorry. Excuse me for my absolute stupidity. So we see that Mike's going to jump in, and I hate it when the camera does that. So Mike has jumped in the pits, so is Terrence. Ghost Realm is coming down and past the pit exit now as Mike is just leaving. It was close. Worth the shot for Mike, but essentially he's in the same spot he was. CJW is now, actually he's the winner out of this. The undercut for him really has worked. He's broke away from Terrence and put a car in between them, so it's worked out fantastic for CJW in the battle with Terrence. It's going to give him some free air for now, plus he's got a slight advantage over Infinity Decals on tyres. So will Terrence, but he's got to get past Infinity Decals first. So this is time for CJW to really put the hammer down now and try and break away and get chasing after Mental Mike ahead of him. This is time. He's either going to consolidate fourth or get on the attack of the podium. I know we're only 16 minutes in and you shouldn't really be thinking about consolidating the position right now, but you got to look at the long game as well. His strategy so far has worked out pretty well. So we've got everybody put in. We'll run through the grid. Well, the field order. V-Show is in first as he crosses the line here to start lap 13. Ghost Realm is close behind in second. We got Metal Mike in third. CJW, as we were talking about a second ago, in fourth. Infinity Decals in fifth. Terrence in sixth. Has 91 in seventh, being followed by Mutt 36. P1 Valium in 9th. Ginger Imposter 10th. World 11th. Street Boy is 12th. Diablo 13th. Surfer Ev must have an instant, he keeps falling back in 14th. And P1 Apache way off the pace, not off the pace, but way off at the back after that extremely long pit stop. Must have got a wheel nut stuck or something. Just the man to look and sound fantastic. Some re-upgrade liveries on display today from the gents. And for lap 14. We'll jump on board with the leader as we're approaching the 20th minute. We'll see how this thing is done. Great car control and going fastest of the day through sector 1. Only just. Can he continue it through sector 2? Just see in the distance the headlights of Ghost Realm. Oh, he's lost a little bit of time there doing a personal best, but not quite fastest lap. Really needs a good final sector there, final chunk of speed through this final turn. Final turns where you can win or lose a lot of time. I actually found in the final part of qualifying, I found 5/10 half a second through there. It was too late because I couldn't put the front part of the lap together in time for the end of quality. He's lost even more time there through the final sector. Got a very clean lap from Fisho. Infinity decals going in for his second and final stop. It's going to drop him down in the order. This were to stop is really the strategy here for this race. Yeah, the tires were a little bit sore, but depends how much they drop off on the guys ahead of him through the final part. It could work out. Not gonna poo-poo a strategy at this point of the race. Terrence is now obviously free of Infinity decals, but quite a bit now behind CJW. I really do think Has 91 needs to have a look at the weather app he's using, because something's always leaking in his car, spraying on the visor of his helmet, because the wipers are always on. It's not raining, fella. Look at this for a train of cars now. We've got P1 Valium, Mud 36, Ginger Pasta and Walmart. The Budweiser and the HKS car being bookended by the two Michelin cars. We'll see. Matt's going to go in as well. He's going to go in for a fresh set of boots. It's not overly bad to wearing his tyres, but maybe running in that group wasn't what he fancied. He also trying to get in some fresh air with some new tyres and try and pump in some quick laps. We got 3 wide into turn 1. A little bit of contact between the guys, but held off well. Ginge has jumped right to the front. Valium is at the back of the group. You see Infinity decals just joining them at the back. You would have seen them go 3 wide into turn 1 and thought, this is my lucky day. There's going to be 3 cars in the gravel here now. Well raced by the guys. A little bit of contact, but minimal. Hopefully Valium and Walmart don't take each other out now, heading down there very close together, both running for Team Michelin. They don't want to be in the race home after the race being screamed at for taking each other out as they just run wide. Walmart runs wide. He sort of followed Ginger and Pasta, but Ginger managed to straighten his up a little bit quicker. Infinity decals takes a big wobble there out of the way. I think he got caught out maybe by Walmart and just took a void in action there. Two near accidents through that tricky uphill section. The guys have kept the cars on the straight and narrow for now. Drop Walmart off the back of Valium. Valium light up blaze, lighting up the back of the Budweiser car. And Ginger covers the first corner very well. coming out with his fresh tyres. In 13th, he's got Surfer Ev for company. But as we're heading towards the final 5 minutes of the race, Visho is still out front. He still has a commanding lead of 3.35 seconds over Ghost Realm behind. Hasn't really put a foot wrong all race. Been nice and controlled out in the front. Seems to be the new Hydra addition to the Ghost Realm car is helping him so far. Hopefully we don't see a Captain America themed or limited edition Captain America livery next time in. Take down the Hydra car. Mike is really trying now to get past Ghost Realm. He's hunting and hunting down the back at the second place man. Just jump on board and stay with him for a little while, see if he can get a move done. A bit of puff of smoke there from Ghost Realm's car as he locks up that heavy braking zone before they come up the hill. We're carrying a little bit more speed there, but Ghost Realm able to pull away as he puts the power down. Oh, Mike's just going to run a little bit wide onto the grass. It's quite horrible. That grass can really pull you offline as they both go across the grass coming through the final corner. And we've got a half-second penalty for Mike. What about Ghost Realm? What has he got? He didn't get a penalty. I thought he cut the grass a little bit more there and didn't get a penalty. Yeah, as I've said in previous videos, we're not going to get into the penalty system. It's not exactly the best. Mike's got rid of it now anyway, down into turn 1. We've got CJW in 4th, still holding a gap to Terrence. As we're into the final 3 minutes now. Has 90 up into 6th, but those tyres are going to die off soon rather badly. Ginger Poster is trying to hold off Infinity Decals, who has stopped and has the better tyres. So Infinity Decals already back up, I think, to the place he was when he stopped. So maybe the 2-stopper isn't such a bad idea if you're just looking for a decent result. See how much more grip he's got. His car's just implanted. Ginger's car's just bouncing all over the shop there through that right-hander down the hill. Infinity Decals just tucks back in. He was just thinking of a move up the inside, but tucks back in. See how much more grip he's got through these corners. He's going to take a wide line. I was looking to go around the outside, but didn't quite make it. He's right attached to the bumper now of Ginge as they come round to the final corner. There's no real overtaking point here. So Ginge runs wide. So we've got Valium taking a look around the outside. A little bit of a touch there from Infinity Decals on Ginge, but he's got such better traction. Look, just able to accelerate a little bit harder. He's taking the inside line. Valium is trying to get in the slipstream and follow him through. He now jumps into Ginger's slipstream. He's now trying to look up the inside. He's now going to try and go on the inside of Infinity Decals and ends up having to back out of both. And he's going to slot back in behind Ginger Poster. It would have been a big ass to get through there, but he didn't quite make a stick. Infinity Decals now back up into 7th. And he's hunted down Haz in front of him as we're into the last minute and a half. So we'll have, should have one more lap. And Haz's tyres are starting to really feel the pain now. So as CJW, should look how close Terrence's tyres are better than his. Metal Mike now closing on Ghost Realm's. Ghost Realm's tyres are screaming up front right. V-Show also in a little bit of danger with his tyres, but should have enough of a gap. As Mental Mike pulls out the slipstream, he's going to look to go round the outside of Ghost Realm. Ghost Realm stays defensive down at turn 1. A little bit of a lock-up from Mike, a little bit of a door bang, and Ghost Realm stays ahead for now. I think this is only going to be... This is going to be a foregone conclusion. Mike just needs to have a lot much more grip. CJW is holding off Terrence just at the moment. And here we have Infinity Decals at the slide in past. Has 91. It looks like it was a pretty good move by Infinity Decals to hit on the 2-stop strategy. He's going to... Looks like, unless he has some sort of incident, hold on to 6th place. He's got much more grip than has 90 behind him. Oh, Terrence is now attached to the back of CJW. This is going to be close. We'll just jump forward as V-Show's going to come around the final corner. Mental Mike is trying his best to get past Ghost Realm, but Ghost Realm is doing a fantastic job of holding him off just the final corner to get through. As we see V-Show coming through the final corner, he's going to take the race victory in race 1 of round 3. And we've got Ghost Realm just holding off Mike through the final corner. Mike's in the slipstream, but he's not going to be able to get the job done. Ghost Realm's going to take 2nd. Mental Mike is going to take 3rd. Terrence has got past CJW. Just the tyres were completely the reason why Terrence in 4th, CJW in 5th. Infinity Decals with a 2-stop strategy has come home in 6th. Has 91 coming home in 7th, Ginger Posto coming home in 8th. We've got Valium in 9th, Diablo in 10th, Woolmid in 11th, Street Boy in 12th, Mutt 14th, and Apache down in 15th. We'll see you for race 2 from Tokyo coming soon.